Hello and welcome to American Truck Simulator with me, Kevin Sawyer. Hope you guys and girls are all well and enjoying your day, whatever you're up to. Right, I've got this not too bad a mod, not the best mod I've ever seen, but it's not a bad mod either. It's the International LT. You should be able to find this on the Steam community, but I will endeavour to leave a link down below for you guys and girls to have a look at and have a go on it for yourself. The details are quite good on the outside. No real major complaints there. It looks a bit like looks like it's been based off potentially a Kenworth chassis, but obviously some minor tweaks to it, as you can see on the top there. But I'm not entirely sure if International are owned by the PACCAR group. Possibly are. I'm not sure. You guys have to let me know. There's people in the know. As you can see, the airlines do hook up on it. Again, I don't know how accurate that is, but they do have that option on there. I'll go for the good, bad and the ugly with this mod, like I do with every mod. This is very similar to another mod which I'll be covering as well, which is the Mac. This is again a new recent mod from the Steam group. You find it on Steam, but I will cover a dual review on that as well. It shares some of the aspects of that, but anyway, I digress. Once you have subscribed to it and activated it on your mods folder, you should find it in truck dealers. Now, I haven't looked through all of the garages here. You may find it on one of those, but I just find it's easier if you go to your Access mod dealer and then you go to International, and you should be able to find it there. I'll go over customization options with you. You only get a few, well, you get a couple of cabs. You get the day cab, you get the sleeper with low roof, sleeper with, I'd say, a mid-range roof. Again, sleeper, slightly longer sleeper cab with mid-range roof, and then the final option, which is the higher roof option. If I go back to the options, do change on the top as well, depending on what sort of configuration you have. So if you go for this one, I think it gives you a bit more options on the top. Let me just double check. No, it doesn't. It's only when you go to the, I wonder if it happens on a day cab. Let's have a look. No, okay, it's only on the day cab that you get something I noticed earlier when I was playing about with this, that you get the horn options that are up here. So I'll go from day cab. Obviously, options do change out depending on what cab you have. You lose certain options, but I'll go through the chassis first. So first of all, we start off with the 6x4. 6x4 again. I think it's a slightly bigger tank on it, is it? Let's have a look. Don't see any difference there. They both look the same. 100 gallons, 290. Yeah, 290, sorry, 290. 290 slightly longer by the looks of it. Again, slightly longer. And a slightly different configuration, still 6x4. And that's it. Gearboxes, you do, oh sorry, engines I should say. You do get a selection of engines here. You get its own stock engines as well as all these Cummins engines. I believe that even these are actually Cummins engines as well, but don't quote me on that. The sound options do change. If you use a lot of the Creech Bum stuff, you might find it sounds very similar to the Creech Bum stuff. So bear that in mind. I think I've got this engine here. It's not the most powerful you can get, but it's the most powerful for the international engines you can get. I don't think it go up any powerful than that. They just go down. That's why I chose it, because it sounds a bit different to the average stuff which I've covered in the past. As for gearboxes, you do get a selection. Get a good selection here. Again, depending on if you've got any gearbox mods or not. Interiors, you get this one, this one again, but with gauges, and this one again with extra gauges. The gauges are popped there. I'll show you. Doink. One minute you see them, next minute you don't. Color options, you get all the standard colors, as well as a customizable color and customizable metallic color, and then you get this odd sort of like custom color, which I think the modder's thrown in as well. As for options, on the outside you get a fair few. You get the standard oversize if you got that DLC. Different bumper types, again depending on what you want to do. Obviously doing that slightly changes things, and then doing that gives you a bull bar if you want it. I'll go back to painted just to show you the other dots. If I can select it, you'll find it a bit close together, but then that should highlight this. So if I do that, there you go, and then you can have that if you want as well. Go up one above it, just slightly above it, and you get that option, sorry for that bit inside. And then go above that, you find the grille option, so grille plastic, grille painted, and grille chrome. And then then you get deflector, it's around that. And then you get the hood ornament as well. I think there's an extra option here somewhere. There, I missed it. The surrounding bit, so you can have that plastic, you can have it painted, or you can have it chromed as well. It's just above the grill option there. I missed that. All the excitement. Over here you can actually have mirrors if you want to add them. Again, personal preference on what you want to add or whether have them or not. Some of the dots you'll find disappear again at certain angles. Then you've got certain customizable wheel arch covers, I'd call them. You get full out chrome. Obviously you can stick flags on if you wish, again personal preference. It will work with a few mod designs if you have them, and it should work with your DLC as well if you have it, and a few other mods if you've got them. It's getting standard wheels. Let's go round to here. I think that's the mirror options again for the side mirrors. Yeah, so you can have them as chrome if you wish. You can have light adapter on the top there. There's one just below that. Let me just cancel that out and go for sun visors. Sun visors, obviously none at all. Then you can customize it out again depending on what your personal taste is. This covers them. Above that, like I say, you got the light options. You can have extra lights if you so wish. Again, does work with some mods on here, probably not all, but some. I'll stick a random one on that probably works best for it. So if I just, where's a good example, that'll do for just for demonstration purposes. Then just behind that, it gets a little bit busy. You get the horn options. Again, it should work with generic horns, but on the sleepers with the mid and range high roof, you will not get this option. So which is a bit of a shame, but I can understand why. It's just not enough room. You'd have to have it slant. Well, you could potentially, if you had it right, it could face down. It wouldn't look very good though, I don't think. And then you've got the beacon option, and I think there's another beacon option as well if memory serves me right, just here. So you've got two types of beacon there. You can have them on the generic place, or you can have them, if I can zoom in, just below. So if I come back out of there, cancel that off. Oh, it looks like it puts them both in the same place anyway. Let me just get rid of them. and then put them in. Yeah, so it does kind of put them in the same place, but one's on a bracket and one isn't. Around the back here. It looks like you've got exhaust options, so you can stick some exhausts on it if you wish. Side here, side skirts. On here you can customise these or side lights, or say the side skirts, and as you can see, some of the stuff appears and disappears, and you can lose it quite easy. So there's another option there. There's another option down here which I may have missed, which gives you another kind of weird, it's like a chrome plate to the bottom of something. Kick plate, yeah, I guess it's those. Oh, it's just a chrome plated kick plate, which you've already kind of got with that option. Just if you had another option there, let's have a look. The plastic option, you can have the chrome plate on the plastic, or you can just have it not at all. So it goes away. So again, you can have a plastic option if you wish. Again, there's lots of little options here, there and everywhere. That's covered that. Go around to the back, you get the options here, and then you got mud flaps or wheel arches, whatever you want to call them. These are a bit funny. They are nice, don't get me wrong. I like them as a touch, but you find that with these on, hooking up to trailers can be a bit of an issue, because if you get the angle just wrong, you clip it on these. Again, the back tire is the same as the front lot. You can stick whatever you wish on there. Again, whatever you wish. Let's go around to the back. Around the back, you just have the one option on the back. What's that there? Is that the exhaust still? As I say, I'm just scooting around seeing if there's any dots I've missed. See how some dots appear and disappear. We've covered that. We've covered. Okay, guys, sorry about that. What was I saying? Yeah, so it's got a couple of different options. Did we cover the doors? No, there's no door options I can see. I think that covers most of the dots on the outside. Let's go on the inside. This is where it lets it down, unfortunately. There's very a lack of any real customization on the inside, so you can't have any of your seesaw mods or your danglies, as I call them, hanging up on there. I think there is an option for the steering wheel, and then obviously for your spinners if you need one, or if you like them. But that's it. You can't put any more customization into it. You can't put extra GPS on there. It just, no, can't do it. So if the modder's listening, I'm hoping it's just something which he addresses. Other than that, it does look very nice, very well detailed throughout. Let's come out the shop. And I'll fire it up. I've got a short run. I'll show you the run I've got. I've got some scrapped cars going from here to here. Hopefully, again, I'm going to cover it in this episode. But of all my waffling, it might not happen. Right. I'll fire it up so you guys and girls can hear it. Again, because I haven't got that big horns on the air horns, it's just the standard in-game stock, well, it's standard in-game button for the standard horn. Let's go outside quickly so you guys can hear it from outside. Right, let's check out, let's see if the pedals move. I don't think they do. Can't actually see them from here because the light's not good enough. I'll try and get out the light in a sec. What about the brake controls? Let's put them on, apply them. They both work. Which is good. I like the sounds of the brakes on this, is why I went for this engine. Not because it's the most powerful, because it has slightly different brake sound. Just mixes things up a bit. Right, let's deplete the air a little bit. I'm not going to go right down to 0. I'm just going to do a pressure test, and I'll quickly check, go around under the lorry. As we all know, I love to jump underneath lorries and that good stuff. Let's just go around and check the loads, all strapped down correctly, chained down correctly. It's looking good so far. From a distance, that will look believable, but up close and personal, that just doesn't look good. Looks like someone's just got a brick and painted scrap cars on it. It's gone a bit too flat, if you know what I mean. If it was a bit more genuine, if you could actually see those cars are crushed, but it's just a generic crushed looking block. But hey ho, it's better than nothing. Trailer looks good. The lights, I'll go for the lights as well while we're out here. So let me just go for the lights. So you got side lights, regular main beam, and then high beam. And then we put the hazards on. They work through the back. And then if I walk round to the bottom, you see they work on here. Brakes already on. Let's put it into reverse so you guys can. I'll put my foot in the clutch a bit more. I think the reverse lights are up on here. Yeah, there. Look. So it substitutes them from inside the cab to out here, or down from here, or the middle of the cab. Let's have a quick gander actually. I think there's some lights just over here. Oh no, they're just regular side marker lights. Right, it's built up a fair amount of pressure, so let's do a tug test. Put the parking truck trailer brake on. Release those brakes. It's not, the brakes are holding, so let's get out of here. The only downside I'd say, again if the modder's listening, looking at the dash, if I quickly slow down again, everything's working, and you know I've got no gripes against any of the gauges, they all seem to be good and it looks all good. It's configured to be automatic. Now I understand most trucks in the US now are predominantly automatic now, purely because they're selling them to the hauliers, and the hauliers are requesting automatics just so then drivers don't ruin gearboxes, because a lot of them just get a big head and think they can shift when they can't and wreck gearboxes. So they predominantly make them automatics now. And I think in the States typically a lot of the stuff is automatics. The only people that had the reserve of what they call stick shifts.
Turn right.
Or people that are into racing, or truckers, or people that just, I've hit the fence. I did hit the fence. But, you know, if the modder is listening, one thing I would like is to have it so then you have a manual version of this cluster in there, so it doesn't have the drive, although it does work. Look, it's got neutral, stick in drive, it drives, and then stick it in reverse, it sticks reverse, and it shows you the gear information on the bottom there. it just looks a bit odd because you wouldn't have that if you own a manual. I'm driving manual. I thought about driving it as an automatic, but then I couldn't demonstrate the Jake to you guys because with the automatic, there's a lot of traffic up here, isn't there? With the automatic, no, it's like we've got a grid jam. Wonder if I can get a way of turning out here and see if we can sort this out. Let's put the brake on. Let's jump out the truck and go and see what's going on. Yeah, with a manual, obviously you wouldn't need that. With an auto, they're waiting on this wretched. This is the downside of having realistic traffic realistic traffic. They will wait an eternity, and it looks like they're waiting over here as well, so it's causing even more of a gridlock problem. Come on, dudes, move, go! Don't sit there. Look, you had an opportunity to drive off there. Is he? Oh, he's going now. All right, cool. Ooh, stalled. Yeah, sure, I'm moving. One downside, I will cover it in the mirrors. I forgot, did I bring that up now? Let's bring that up now. The mirrors. They don't adjust. They adjust to a point, but you don't get. Actually, it's like he may have fixed that one, because that's not too bad there. When I first had a go on this, the mirrors didn't adjust out. It might be that bottom left one I was thinking of. It doesn't really adjust out further than that. I'd like it a bit further out. It gives me enough of an angled view for what's going on, but I'd like it a bit further out if I could. Right mirrors, because you kind of get the stack in the way there. Again, that is probably the maximum. Oh no, there we go, it's moving. I'll leave it there. Small right. Leave it at that. It does kind of position you a bit further back, so you find that you have to lean forward just to get your head to look out the window. So I push this seat a bit further forward just so then I've got a bit more, less, we don't have to lean as much. Oops, grind. If you can't find them, grind them, right? Of course, traffic's a nightmare. This is about 2 minutes just sitting in traffic. Go on, dude. No, you didn't tell me to exit on that roundabout. Oops. Premature of that shift, I think.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
Will do, Mr. Nielsen. get it once I get it out into the main road. I'll change cab view. Or change view.
Keep left.
Shall do. And then if we switch. As for handling, looks like we've got a crash coming up, so be careful. It's not too bad. Again, the physics seem to work, and as long as you don't go nuts with it, it shouldn't topple over. But with this flatbed on here, I suspect it will become more top heavy. So I'm going to get diverted. Great. I could cut through there, but I won't. I'll just drive down here, see where this takes me. This could make me late for my delivery. Gotta love the random accents. I might turn them down because I find them more annoying than anything else now. They're more, it seems to, less of a rarity and more of a common occurrence. Downside of this smaller engine, it's got less torque to it. You have to wind it right up to get any real power out of it. That makes it more challenging though, doesn't it, peeps? Oh, I didn't have to go too far.
Turn left.
Let's turn the Jake on so you guys can hear it.
Turn left.
It's not very loud. It does work as a Jake, it's just not very loud. It's louder on the outside of the truck, but not a great deal. But now, because I can't see where the lights are, I have to come out, sit on this view. I've got to remember to sort of pull out a bit more, because my back end of the trailer is going to cut in a bit far on that if I'm not too careful. I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if it's legal. Jake's still on, I've just realised. Shifting wise, I say the sweet spot's typical SCS sweet spot, so you get it round about roughly 1,800 to 2,100. You should be okay. It should. Oh, please tell me. No, it's not going to let me exit right because there's another accident. Great. So I'm going to have to. Don't tell me I'll have to now go all the way back round again. Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do. It's going to send me back all the way round. I should have just cut down that lane. Yeah, I'm going to go around in a circle again, look. Right, I'm going to have to be a cheat here and just cheat my way through, because this is going to divert me back round it again.
Keep left.
And that's going to send me back that way again. You see it happening. this isn't going around in circle simulator. This is meant to be American Truck Simulator.
Keep right. And then exit right.
What SES should do
Exit right.
is if there's a
Keep
random
left.
event
And
like
then
that
turn left.
happening, it should then defer
Turn
back to
left.
the GPS to give you an alternate route round, rather than it just guiding you through that mess. Because I know in real life the sat navs do take into account for traffic, and if it's a heavy traffic area, it sits there and goes, "There's a heavy traffic area," and then it gives you an alternate option. It may take you slightly longer, but it will get you there, and it won't take you as long. Than sitting in 20 minutes worth of traffic or whatever. What I'll do is I'll just get through
Keep
this
left. And then turn left.
roadblock as unimmersive
Turn
as it
left.
would be, because you wouldn't do this in real life. I'm going to go because I'm already committed. Alright, it's probably a bit much of a jump. Keeping that gear because it's going to help me get down this hill without going too quickly. Not the caravan. One thing the Americans do, they do make the caravans look
Keep left.
good. But I'm going to come up against that same blockage again. But I'm going to sneak my way around it, unless they've cleared it by now, which I doubt. They look pretty serious. The truck doesn't know which way it's going, so I'm going to slow up
Keep
a little
left.
bit. Yeah, you just go down there, mate. I'm just gonna slow down and see if I can blag my way through on the hard shoulder. This could end in tears, peeps. If it does, then I'll call it a day. This is where I'd be getting arrested in real life. I need to get round, because otherwise it's going to send me round and round in a circle. I don't need to be sent round. And get to see what's going on with this crash. So in real world, that copper would have went, "Excuse me sir, what do you think you're doing? This road is closed. There's a major accident up ahead. No exemptions." And then I'd probably be shortly after arrested. Looks like the truck's lost its trailer. So, too close to the side. Let's try not to get him too close to that truck. But I got too close to the ramp instead. And all the damage that's done to me in the meantime. Let's have a look. Diagnosis. Oh, not bad. It's only just damaged the tyres by the looks of it. I can live with that. I'll take a thimble along here at some point. I think I'll call it a day for the episode. I think it's gone on well over half an hour by now, with all that sitting in that traffic. see, it's saying I've got yet another Roblox coming up. It's just cursing me in Roblox. That's what it's doing. Let's take a thimble here. There we go. And I'll leave it at that, peeps, because I don't want it going on too long. But I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to like. If you didn't like it for any reason, again, guys and girls, please feel free to dislike. Leave comments down below, whether it's just to say hello or either way. Just that helps me improve in the future. If you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this, guys and girls, please feel free to share. It helps me a lot. I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel, you'll see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so then you're informed as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.